Barbecues, and it's a total different world. Magnificent weather, and yeah, fireworks before every game as well. The fireworks are going off here now. It's been an absolutely glorious, glorious day here in LA. It's just approaching 7 o'clock in the evening, still gloriously warm, but I'm sure those United players will be delighted that the pitch is in shade.
But that's I just looked at that now, Stuart, you're right. Great deal of pleasure to a lot of other players anyway for the pitch to be more or less in shade. Well, it's very, what's the word? Still very hot, isn't it?
It is very humid, but the shade is over the pitch now. There's nothing better, Paddy, you know yourself as a former player, when that sun goes behind the stands and you actually can see and open your eyes, so you can actually see a pass.
Great days, isn't it, when we're complaining about the sun, how changed it's been, isn't it? We won't be saying that in a few weeks' time.
So there are the teams then lining up here at the Starbucks Centre. We are going to have the US national anthem sung by a Manchester girl, Dyson. Fireworks, that's what we want when we come to watch football in America. Fireworks go up into the sky here. We haven't even seen anything yet. The fireworks are going off.
Why is she from Manchester, that girl?
Manchester girl, but she lives here now.
Oh, does she? Got a terrific voice anyway.
Well, it must be a terrifying thing to do.
Yeah.
Terrifying thing to do. So that's the first Red 11 of pre-season. And it's going to get busy from here on in. 5 games in just over 11 days here in the States, and the standard of the opposition goes up and up and up. But useful to play 2 MLS teams in mid-season to get your fitness going.
It is very useful, and you should be like that. It's like when you go up the stairs, you're going to jump up the highest one. You have to go step by step to reach the top, and that's what we're doing here in America. It'll be very interesting to see. I've been very happy with the work they put in during the week. I know you should work during the pre-season, but the quality of the work, even the passing, the sharpness and the intensity has been magnificent. We've seen some very, very good players in a very good squad that should be challenging for the Premier League title next season.
I think that's going to happen. I think that's going to happen because you're right, when we watched the training, the pace of the training was incredible for what they've been training for a week or so. Yeah. Usually in your first week you're band-jacked after that. You can't breathe hardly. But they look in great condition, the players.
There are officials. Kevin Stott is our referee, and Michael Carrick, of course, the new Manchester United captain. Proud for him.
I'm so happy for Michael to get this opportunity as well. He's the right club captain as well. We were talking about it during the training. I said he's the only one left of that old era, and somehow he personifies this team. He's been there, he's won it. It's important for the young players to have like Sir Michael Carrick when they enter the dressing room.
He's been my favourite player, I've got to say, for the last, since more or less he came to Old Trafford. When you think, Stuart, the first year he came, the abuse he used to get from our fans about his ability and all that sort of stuff, but he's been absolutely fantastic player for Manchester United. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, Michael Carrick turns 36 actually. Well, we're out on tour in just a couple of weeks' time, but not sure that really matters because he's never relied on pace or anything like that. Is it just a clever player?
Stuart, when you play football, you have to rely on your brain. Not many people have that, and Michael Carrick possesses a footballing brain. The way he passes the ball, the way he moves, the way he always makes other people better. Every time he played, he made Paul Pogba better during the last season because Paul didn't have to go down and collect the ball from the defense because he actually had trust in Michael Carrick's feet that the ball would eventually come, and he was more dangerous. We were more dangerous.
Bojan the player you would want to play with, wouldn't you? I mean, I've admired him for a long, long time since he came to Old Trafford. I've been a big fan of his.
All right, here we go then for the first game of Tour 2017. We're finally ready, although there's still smoke around the bowl of the stadium. Those fireworks, but I'm sure it'll disappear pretty soon. I'm sure the music will stop quite soon as well. The referee has a look around. He's waiting to get the signal and get us underway for this first game. Music stops. Time for football.
Finally.
The first of 5 games in 11 days to kickstart Tour 2017, presented by Aon. StubHub Centre to the south of downtown LA. That's where it all begins. Galaxy slap bang in the middle of their season, whereas United are just starting a 10-month journey, one that we hope ends in glory.
And Stuart, already here in the beginning, if you're looking at the Los Angeles Galaxy, they're playing that diamond I was talking about. It's number 25 Garcia that plays in front of the back four, and number 19 Villarreal is going to be the support to Lassiter McGurney up front.
And United, with this, I suppose we have to call it experimental formation of playing 3 at the back. It did play it a few times last season, most notably against Rostov in the Europa League. Tried it 1 or 2 other times as well, but it's quite handy if you can switch to that or change your formation. It makes you a bit more adaptable.
Well, you look at Manchester United for God knows how many years, Stuart. They've always played with 2 wingers, haven't they? And now you've got fullbacks more or less that are wingers trying to get forward.
Jones to Valencia, the Players' Player of the Year, had a brilliant campaign. Flag up there against Herrera, right in front of the official. There's a young man, Hugo Arellano, who's only 19, just made a couple of brief appearances. Arellano, who's from California. Imagine making a couple of brief appearances and then saying, right, you're sent it back against Manchester United. Good day for him.
I know, but it's great for a kid. When you're a kid, Bojan will tell you, you always want to play in the big games, you want to play in the big pitches, all the things that you want to do when you want to be a professional footballer, play whatever the best have played before you.
Of course, Paddy. It's a difference to Gig Lane and Bury on a Thursday night, isn't it?
I think the weather may be a little bit different as well.
Is Marcus in?
Rashford inside the area. Rashford scores! The first 2 minutes of the tour, and Marcus Rashford finds the net, and United off to an absolute flyer on Tour 2017. Rashford makes it 1-0.
Defensively, shocking there, the Will Stuart, giving the ball away so easily.
Here we see Stuart as well. The ball gets nicked there. Garcia doesn't come over to collect that ball, doesn't want it. Marcus Rashford on goal, and it's the right back Smith there with a mistake. In MLS maybe you have time, but not against United. And Rashford, clinical, important for him to get this goal, especially 1-against-1 with the keepers. Often, sometimes he misses these chances. He was clinical there. 2 minutes in, 1-0.
Oh, but that's great for his confidence, that isn't it? Confidence builder. But what a mistake by them, and their confidence will have been drained dramatically.
Well, the thing is as well, when you play against the higher caliber of players, they are much better putting the pressure on. And Smith maybe is not used to that, and Garcia didn't want the ball enough there in the midfield, and he gets nicked, and it's 1-0 loss.
Well, they never done it again there, didn't they?
Well, it put Kempin, the goalkeeper, into a lot of trouble there, and he did very well. Arellano plays it forward, but just the start that this young side would have dreaded against Manchester United, going a goal down just in the 2nd minute of the game. And Rashford with a
Smith again with a mistake.
Rashford onto this, showing great pace, but across came Daniel Steres there, back from injury. Read that quite well, but Smith at right back, Nathan Smith, has had a really nervy start.
He has, because when he's played in the league, and he's played 9-10 times already this season for LA Galaxy, you have more time on the ball. People are not as smart. People are not as good as actually putting that pressure at the right moment. That's what we've done in the beginning, and finding these outlet balls on Fellaini and then back to Carrick. Can we play again?
What's the first thing you say to your team? Well, particularly a game was against Manchester United. Keep it tight for 15 minutes. Don't give anything away. They've done that in the first minute.
Yeah, perfect for United. Here's Fellaini, who ended the season very well, actually, didn't he, in that Europa League final in Stockholm, to Valencia. Mata, good energetic run forward. Herrera. Valencia, he was getting pulled back there. Valencia just slightly put off his stride by Ariel Lassiter. He got behind him. Lassiter had two hands on him.
And you're right, Stuart. The linesman couldn't have been any closer. The linesman could have put his hand on him as well.
Jose Mourinho said in his press conference yesterday he wants to sign 2 more players, ideally, certainly 1 more, but he did say he wouldn't want to be in Ed Woodward's shoes because it's so difficult in this incredible transfer market to get the players you want.
It is. The manager had the press conference, spoke about he need 2 more players. He'd be okay if he only get 1 in. And now maybe some United supporters understand why it was talk about Ivan Perisic, the Croatian winger. They used to sometimes play as a wing back as well when you see these 3 at the back. Maybe it's an experiment, but we said it before the game started. We had problems on the left side. Luke Shaw has been injured. It's been Damian, it's been Daley Blind, and he needs somebody like Valencia, somebody you can put your trust in the faith that he will actually play.
Rashford made the run again. He was offside, but that's clearly the play for United, trying to get Rashford behind this, well, suspect Galaxy defence. There's their manager, Kurt Anelfo, who would have been absolutely dreading conceding an early goal, but Rashford got it. Good finish. 11 goals he got last year. Something that Bojan mentioned there was that quite a few times when he's one-on-one he missed, but he was so confident there. This is also a feature. United quicker to the ball. You get the feeling that the Galaxy aren't quite used.
I'm sure that's a blow to them, that goal straight away. That is a severe blow.
It is, Paddy, but actually, if you look at LA Galaxy, they're trying to play football out of the back, and that's what's Kurt Anelfo's always been a trademark. He wants his players to get that ball like Barcelona did when Pep Guardiola was in charge. But you're playing against high-caliber players here. Sometimes the ball needs to get up to relieve the pressure, because when you made a mistake, you don't want that ball again a couple of seconds later.
Well, when you make a mistake out there, Liv, you're going to pay for it.
Valencia's got Lassiter for company and plays it back to Jones. Michael Carrick just stationed himself in front of the back 3, to call it. Blint. Good that United have got a strong week of training, high-quality training under their belts. And then the fitness will go up and up and up as they play 5 difficult games here in the States. They play
Rashford off again.
Play again on Monday in Salt Lake as Kempkin came off his line quickly. But again, ball over the top, looking for Rashford. It's the one that causing problems for the Galaxy as Villarreal tries to build for the Galaxy, and Blinn can't clear that. Bradford Jameson tries to play it through the middle, cut out, and the counter-attack, you feel that they're very vulnerable to that here. But that pass from Fellaini goes out of play for the throw-in. Jose, who knows the training facilities at the UCLA very well, previous clubs, he's used those facilities. He's got great confidence in them. And I think it's probably fair to say that training facilities there are a little bit better than the facilities United faced at China a year ago.
A little bit. Absolutely fantastic. No wonder you've seen all those photographs up in the wall of all the Olympic champions that have went to that school or that college.
So, if you're just joining us, you've just got up. United are 1-up. Rashford scoring in just the 2nd minute of the game. Villarreal plays the ball forward. That's one for Mendiola to chase. But Smalling, calmly. Fellaini. Carrick. United ending the season last year with Michael Carrick's testimonial, which was a great day at Old Trafford. And here he is now beginning his 12th season as a Manchester United player. Lassiter in quickly, but United win it back. It's been a feature. United constantly winning the ball back. Just seem a little bit sharper than the Galaxy, which doesn't really make a lot of sense when you consider the Galaxy are in the middle of their season and United just started. Flags up again. Time against Mata.
It doesn't matter sometimes how fit you are, Stuart, if you don't have the quality. Even if United just started their pre-season, these players are full of confidence, full of quality. They're playing in probably the greatest club in the world as well. You see that they're getting stressed, giving the ball away, while United players are very confident with it. And you have that shield in front of that back three in Michael Carrick that hardly breaks a sweat. But every time he takes a position up, he never gives the ball away. He makes everybody else around him tick.
That's why he's still playing so well at 36 years of age. I'm his biggest fan, Bojan. I think he's been a terrific player for United. I'm just sorry that he's 36 and not 26.
Closed down by Jones, and Jameson is in there with Blind, who missed his kick for a minute but managed to get it clear. Jameson, a tricky customer, Bradford Jameson, but again, couldn't quite make that stick. And here comes Jesse Lingard playing effectively as a left wing back. That goes out for the throw. Yeah, 3 years ago, United beat LA Galaxy 7-0, and that was in front of 86,000 at the Pasadena Rose Bowl. That was Louis van Gaal's first game in charge, and that was also a game where we played three at the back. Smalling, Jones and Evans it was then.
Certainly done your homework, haven't you?
Somebody has to. Mata. He's got Rashford inside the area and Fellaini busting a gut to join him. Mata. Herrera, that's a corner.
Well, you've looked somebody to go on the 18-yard line, Stuart, for the cut back from there.
It was all, again, the LA Galaxy give the ball away. It's the striker with number 20, McKinney. It's very deep. And the strikers, when they get into that position, they're trying to make things look difficult. They lose the ball again. And another counter-attack.
It's going to be Rashford to take this corner kick for United. Taken short to Mata. Little back heel to Rashford. Herrera. Rashford. It's a great run. Still Rashford outside of the boots.
I thought he might have hit his left foot, Bojan, rather than do that.
I'm not going to sit here and judge him, because I probably, if I got it on my left, I had to use the outside of the left foot as well.
They suited you.
But we talked about Marcus Rashford, and he looks sharp in training. You can see here just the way he moves, how light he looks, and it's only been 8 training sessions, and it's the first game of the pre-season.
Bizarrely, when I saw him training, I thought he was taller. I don't know. Just
because it's filled out.
Yeah,
there's more muscles on that body.
Well, let me tell you something, Stuart. When you get a little bit older, you do lose your height a little bit, so you're obviously getting a little bit older.
Mata. Bradford Jameson with a foot in. To give him his official title, he's the luxuriously named Bradford Jameson IV on the right for Galaxy. Valencia. Rashford had made the run, but he might just have drifted offside again, so play it back to Herrera, and now Valencia makes a powerful run. Rashford waits in the centre, Jesse Lingard's running in there, and Fellaini, it's another corner.
Defender did well there, Matt. In fact, he was gasping a little bit for breath.
I did Diallo with number 18 and did well to follow him.
This time it's going to be Mata to take the corner. It's all United in the early stages. Here at the StubHub Centre. Mata with the corner. Jameson clears. Now to a counter-attack. Mendiola. There is a counter-attack. 2 against 2 here. Jones and Valencia back. Lassiter goes forward. Takes on Jones. Good defender.
Yeah, excellent piece of defending.
Great defending there from Phil Jones as well. Comes in time, takes him down, opens one place and says, listen, you can go to my right with your left foot. And he comes with his body over and takes it out.
That's the only concern there. It didn't take much for United to suddenly be 2 against 2.
2 against 2, yeah, you don't want that. Better players would punish you for it.
So Raul Mendiola, the Mexican, attacking midfielder, is going to take this corner. Drops towards the edge of the box, and Lingard gets it up towards Rashford and continues his run. Jesse Lingard. Rashford will struggle here to pace the defender if Rashford's running at him. Then Rashford tries to drill it across.
Got a lot of deflection.
Rafael Garcia, Californian, in midfield, wearing the captain's armband tonight. We'll see the bigger names, the more star names, I guess, come on in the second half. Ashley Cole, Jelle Van Dam, Jermaine Jones, Alessandrini, Gio Dos Santos as well, who's a big name here. I'm sure you'll see them in the second half, but at that point, is the game going to be beyond them, I wonder? Carrick, I went aboard. Lovely pass. Mata can turn. Not afraid to shoot.
Asking a lot from there. Do you know, Bojan, see with the 18-yard line joins like that, see from there to the far corner, it's 31 yards, would you believe that?
I believe you, Paddy, always, so it's 31. If you say it's 31, even if it was not the right information, I would still believe you.
Well, it is the right information. It's 31 yards, actually.
Lingard, lovely through ball to Mata. Mata, who tries the chip. That's a terrific save from Kempin, but glorious skill from Juan Mata.
That'll do his confidence no harm, not either.
Garcia gets it to the right-hand side, and Smith. He's had a tough old time, Smith. Back to John Kempin, who effectively is actually the third choice goalkeeper here, behind Brian Rowe and Clement Diop. But he made a fine save here.
Terrific save.
He didn't get under the ball enough like he wanted to, but him, how quick he was up there. He was standing still, no chance he could get a shot on target. The only opportunity to get anything on goal was that chip, and he tried it. He almost there.
Always got a goal in his locker, Juan Mata. He scored 10 goals in each of his 3 full seasons at United.
Now, when Rooney has left for Everton, Juan Mata is the leading scorer out of the current squad. I think it's on 36.
Well,
that's not great, I don't think.
Yeah.
You want more than that.
That's a free kick. Rashford manhandled by Ariano, 2 19-year-olds. So United leading from the very early goal from Rashford. Lingard. Fellaini. It's a bit loose. Galaxy can break, but didn't really have the numbers. They're on a bad run, actually. They've lost their last 3 MLS games. Most damagingly, the last time they played here, they were beaten 6-2 by Real Salt Lake, who United are playing on Monday. Losing 6-2 home to a team who are actually below them in the table was a big blow. They're 8th in the Western Conference, 8 of 11. You've got to finish in the top 6 to be in the playoffs. At the start of the season, you'd never have thought that LA Galaxy would be struggling to get in the playoffs, but they are.
I think that is their problem. They don't have enough quality as they used to. Before they can rely on Robbie Keane's goal scoring, Landon Donovan. We had Steven Gerrard that's left as well. David Beckham was here. It was a totally different setup at LA Galaxy, and they're still playing the same type of football. They're trying to play out of the back, but you don't have the quality. The opposition teams will put high pressure on and will punish you on your own mistakes, like we did here after 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Here comes Lassiter, the Costa Rica striker. Villarreal. He's one of 2 Villarreals with LA Galaxy. His brother, Jose Villarreal, also plays for the club, although he's injured at the moment. Jameson back into midfield. Garcia brings Bradley Diallo, Frenchman, into play. Ariana. Jamie Villarreal. Steres. Well, it's possession at least, but is it sterile possession, I wonder, from Galaxy? Garcia. Mendiola.
But a lot of time when I watched him now during these first 15 minutes or 20 minutes is when the captain with number 5, Garcia, gets the ball. He doesn't have pressure on himself, but he still doesn't want to hit that ball in behind. And I would like him to hit it sometimes just to see how we cope when the ball goes behind Valencia, behind Lingard, because if you're going to play with 3 at the back, you have to see how your centre backs, the 3, cope with them balls and work as a unit.
Well, you've seen the number of times over the last couple of seasons at United, it was keep possession and go nowhere.
Do you feel there's different policy here at the Galaxy. They've had Beckham, Robbie Keane, Steven Gerrard, those players, but instead of just going for the big money imports, they're trying to trying to develop their own players, as we're seeing here in this first half. And one of our own players, Marcus Rashford, who got the goal, has also got the free kick. He turned his man well here, rolled it.
He's lucky he's not been booked, hasn't he? He easily get booked for that.
Mata, last ditch challenge on him. United pressing high up the field, and Rashford's again. Chance for a second.
There is
Rashford in terrific pre-season form. He's got 2 for United within the first 20 minutes. Terrific eye for goal, the young man. United 2 up against the LA Galaxy.
I think was it Herrera that put the ball through him?
It was Mata. Herrera won it back, put the first pressure, won the ball back into Juan Mata. Great pass, great timing on that. We can see that Herrera wins the ball back into that little hole. What a pass, and look at that finish, Paddy.
That's what he's just asked to put that in the back of the net, and he did.
He looks up, one touch, far corner. 20 minutes gone, 2-0. Marcus Rashford.
Put them in each corner as well. Marcus Rashford on a hat-trick. He won't want to go off at half-time. Yeah, Rashford. United's superiority is clear for all to see here. I'm sure Romelu Lukaku is actually itching to come on and get amongst the goals as well. We'll see him in the second half. Galaxy, we last played on Monday actually. They played their local rival San Jose in the US Open Cup. They lost that one as well. So they've won 1 of the last 5 and conceded 13 goals in those 5 games. So it's going wrong for them. In mitigation, they've had a whole host of injuries, international call-ups, suspensions. That's caused a problem for them, and they're paying the price for it. They look very, very vulnerable at the back to Rashford's pace. Noticeable that United pressing high against Galaxy. Whenever they lose the ball, fighting so quickly to win it back. As soon as Galaxy win it back, there are suddenly 2 red shirts right in their faces straight away. Smalling, who got married over the summer. Blind. Rashford, oh, lovely touch that is. Lingard. Matowicz on the edge of the area. Lingard. Rashford. Still Rashford, terrific skill, but it's fly-hacked clear, just as he saw the whites of the goalkeeper's eyes.
Yeah, 2 crowds in the penalty area for him.
Jones. Sweeps it out to Daley Blind. Smalling, this is his 8th season at United. Chris Smalling just beginning that.
Just been looking at Juan Mata last couple of minutes. In wonderful position he always takes up. He always has time on the ball, picks them little pockets, and then he creates magic when he gets the ball.
Yeah, he's got a football brain, hasn't he?
Lingard. In between 2 of them, Lingard. Is he making room for the shot? And he plays it back to Mata.
Yeah, the crowd doesn't get the shoot. Very crowded.
Struggling to get it clear. The Galaxy. Linked to Jones. Game being played at the moment in the Galaxy half. Rashford was nearly in there. Well read by Ariano, you have to say, in the end.
Yeah, nice little dummy by Mata all the same.
Could have been in big trouble. Garcia.
Because when that ball was played, he was thinking one step ahead, Paddy. If he had left that ball, Marcus free and goal, he would have made another run, and they could have easily been 2 against the keeper on their own. So great movement.
Back to John Kempin, who's made 1 excellent save in this first half. United 2 up and in cruise control already in this pre-season tour. So they're in action again on Monday against Real Salt Lake. We see Rashford playing that ball unerringly into the corner. Then it ramps up a bit with City in Houston.
lad was shattered there. It was a particularly good pass there. He just weren't quite happy to keep the ball on the pitch.
When you look around the StubHub Centre, it's remarkable how many red shirts are here.
It's only red shirts. It's only us three with the black polo.
I think Galaxy fans are a bit disgruntled with the team really at the moment, the way they're playing, and they probably feared the worst in terms of the result.
Don't forget, Stuart, you'll have a lot of fans in this country that support a team in this country. Manchester United possibly could be their English team, like some of the other clubs in England.
Mato is just running the show in that 10 position, really.
Just as you say that.
Yes. Rashford onto this again. So sharp, Rashford. Now Jesse Lingard. He's gone for the return. Lingard gets to the byline. Does well. Plays it back towards Fellaini. Terrific hit from the big man. Marouane Fellaini thrashes it home, and United in complete command. They've dominated the first 25 minutes. 2 for Rashford, 1 for Fellaini, 3-0.
What did you think of that, Bjorn? Was the football wonderful?
I would just say that take a ball under Herrera.
Yeah,
That's
it's brilliant.
one touch pass onto Jesse Lingard. We're going to see now coming up. It is brilliant. To take the weight of that ball, it's much harder than it looks like. And then Jesse waits in, Herrera makes the run, opens up the space for on-running Fellaini, and he just slots it in with his left foot. 3-0.
I know, but you talked about the ball from Herrera. Fantastic. What a great skill that is to kill it, take the pace out of it. Oh, it's terrific.
Bex is here. There he is. Very fetching hat.
He can wear whatever he wants. He still looks good.
Gets away with anything, doesn't he? Unbelievable. I'm not sure that would suit me.
Well, he was a useful player. Maybe that's why he gets away with it.
Wasn't bad, was it? Came here in 2007. I think shocked the sort of football world when he came here from Real Madrid. But he had such a big impact on soccer, I have to say, in this country.
I'll stick with football.
So remember, it was 7-0 3 years ago. It's 3-0 already against Kurt Nolfo's side. 3 years ago, Rooney got 2. Young got 2. Danny Welbeck scored. Who else scored 2? This is the big question.
Wayne Rooney.
Rooney got 2. Young got 2. Welbeck got 1. Who got 2? Tough quiz question.
Defender.
Reece James.
Oh, the young kid.
Reece James scored 2 at Pasadena Rose Bowl 3 years ago.
He's enjoying himself one match, isn't he?
It is, but this is so painful if you're a player for LA Galaxy.
Trying to mark him.
Chase shadows for half an hour, being 3-0 down. You lose energy, you lose confidence, and you lose actually a motivation. The only thing you do, I've been in these situations, you look at the clock.
Matter
and he never moves.
Full of energy, Matter everywhere in this first half.
Great ball.
Picks out Jesse Lingard. Lingard goes for the curler. Well, ripples the net, standing at the top of the net.
The crowd enjoyed it. I love all those little things the crowd do now. Coaching lesson.
Animated conversation with Tim Fosu-Mensah, who we expect to see on as a kind of right wing back in the second half. I spoke to Tim yesterday. It's been a tough few days for him because he was good friends with the Ajax youngster Abdullah Nouri. A horrible situation with that brain damage.
Shame.
It's a terrible, terrible shame. It affected Fosu-Mensah badly. It affected Daily Blind as well.
It affects all of us. It just puts football in perspective, or life in perspective. What's important really when it comes down to it.
Here comes Jones, forward from the back. Valencia. So far, the back three have had it pretty easy. suspect it wouldn't change in the second half.
Well, when you're doing a lot of running, Stuart defending, and you're not getting near him, and you're not getting the ball, it's soul destroying it.
Look how deep just LA Galaxy are now, because they are tired. They want to go up. They don't want to concede any more goals. And the problem is when you get so deep, then you concede even more, because you're actually watching the ball, you're not seeing the runners. If we switch play a little bit more often now, they're never going to see when Valencia is coming, when they're pushed over so much on one side.
Jones. And Herrera. Rashford asking for it. Blind. Seen a lot of the ball over there on the left, Jesse. Fellaini. We've seen some nice interplay, haven't we, in this first 45 minutes?
Yeah, keep possession well against a team that's confidence has been drained.
Well, chasing shadows, chasing the ball can be a bit soul-destroying, I'd imagine.
I would just like us to change sides a little bit more often, because Valencia's been out here, it seems like number 5-6 minutes, and we're playing on the left side. And the room is there. Because both Diallo and Lasciter are ball watching. They're not actually seeing that one good ball over Diallo and Valencia will be in.
Oh, terrific skill. Back a little bit there, Vieira. Oh, the referee was in a good position.
Yeah, I thought it might be a free kick there. But maybe it's been a little bit of help from maybe the referee.
First half an hour of pre-season has gone to plan for United. 3 up, 2 from Rashford, 1 from Fellaini.
Haven't got enough on it, Herrera.
Nathan Smith from California, his first season in the senior squad. Had a difficult time at right back. It keeps going down that side as well for him, doesn't it? Blind. They're getting deeper and deeper and deeper at a Galaxy. Not really putting United under a great deal of pressure at the back.
Oh, great play. That's a shame. That's going to be a great ball by Herrera as well.
Villarreal then will take throw. Bex is on the big screen.
Is that his little leg?
What you're hearing is David Beckham on the big screen, picture of him. That's why they're cheering all over the place.
I think the kids maybe think they're cheering him.
Paddy was cheering as well.
Yeah, he deserves it, David, for what he done for United.
Smalling. Ball was out of play, actually.
It was actually the linesman to put his flag up, and he's about 2 miles away from the situation.
He's totally in the other half.
Referee Kevin Stott concurs with the linesman, and Diallo, French defender, who actually had a spell at Oldham. Let me think about it. Oldham or LA?
Boundary Park any day of the week.
Diallo. Tries to look clever there, Mendiola, and he gets it back, but his first touch was poor. He maybe had a shooting chance there.
Maybe he could suffer from this.
So much space here for Smalling. He's not being put under any pressure at all. He can bring it out with a cigar. And Valencia. Jones. Phil Jones was desperate for the season. There are no injuries.
I think Manchester United is probably desperate for a season with no injuries.
Defensively at times last year, it was injuries related Hamilton. Class there from Carrick, where he kept possession calmly. Here's Valencia. Fellaini. Mata.
Jesse should go. He's standing waiting for the ball. I think he should just make that run. He has the legs and everything. He took that comfortable decision just to stay and wait for the pass.
And he's trying to get the offside for it.
Gets it now. Rashford. How many passes is this from United?
Hat-trick.
Oh. Whistle just over. It would have been some goal. The number of passes and the build-up there was remarkable.
But the number of passes, Stuart, a small space, which we've seen them do at training. Keep possession. Just over the bar. Well, we'd like to see that going over the bar.
So John Kempin, former Kansas City keeper, has only made one appearance this season, so he's rusty himself. Kurt Arnolfo, who has struggled a bit, but he took over from a great manager here in Bruce Arena. Bruce Arena got to take charge of the US men's national team. But Kurt Arnolfo has been here a long, long time. He was Arena's assistant, he was a reserve team manager, but finding it difficult in the hot seat.
Stuart, it's a totally different thing being the assistant manager than actually taking them vital decisions. The authority you must have is totally different. As assistant manager, you can be the player's best friend. You can always listen to them, be there for them. But when you're the main guy taking the decision who's going to start or not, then some heads in the dressing will turn if you're not strong enough.
Fellaini being pulled back there, and he gets on with it quickly. Rashford was on the run. As you can see, both sets of substitutes warming up at the moment. Basically see the second half teams on the touchlines around the stadium at the moment. Jones was caught there by Lassiter at Norton. De Gea. Still, no matter what pre-season is, there always seems to be some speculation swirling about.
Oh, De Gea all the time, isn't there?
Yeah.
He likes it here, Stuart. He likes it at Old Trafford.
See the subs there included Ashley Cole, who had some great battles for United. He was probably just about the only left back who quite often got the better of Ronaldo. Very rare.
Terrific player he was, Ashley Cole.
Reading today, actually, Ashley Cole was possibly a target for Harry Redknapp at Birmingham City. So you're living in LA, Ashley, and before you know it, you might be heading to Birmingham. Garcia made a bit of a mess of that.
That's the ball we're talking about. And it gives you one against one. And with that pace, with that strength when it goes down the line.
Garcia.
Like there.
Valencia.
That's beautiful.
Lovely ball in. There's Fellaini, nods it across goal and well cleared by Steres in the end.
Great play by Valencia, that wasn't it?
Stood that ball up wonderfully well.
Oh, fantastic the way he got the ball across the goal.
Fellaini there with challenge it a little late, and that's a free kick.
We saw that as well, Paddy, when Michael Carrick switches that ball. He always opens up for your wing back to actually take your fullback on one against one. And when you have the pace like Valencia has, it makes it so difficult. But then you have to have them creative midfielders that actually see
the vision.
Yeah.
He's got that Michael in abundance. Paul Scholes, another perfection at him.
Closing stages of the first half. I'm sure Jose will be pretty happy with the efforts of his team. 3 up and in complete command.
You know, Stuart, I'd rather prefer to know there's going to be two different teams playing, in each half, than when they make in minute 62 9 substitutions or a substitution every other minute. We don't get them breaks and the halves actually move on, and you can see all the players perform and you can actually judge them on their performance. Everybody gets 45 minutes. Much
more
better.
Sensible, isn't it?
Well, we expect there to be two entirely different 11s at the start of the second half. It doesn't always work like that. Sometimes if someone's carrying a knock or whatever, a sub's got a problem, that doesn't happen. But we expect there to be wholesale changes.
You'll find that out when you're rating another team down, or two teams down in actual fact.
Oh, that is the only difficulty, but the household names, even for LA Galaxy supporters, some of them maybe not know the players they're on display in this first half. It's their chance to shine as well. So We'll see how the likes of Dos Santos or Ashley Cole or Alessandrini will take this when they are 3 or maybe 4-0 down in the second half. You actually have to go and put a performance on.
Lingard. Oh, Rashford again. One-on-one with Steres. Which way is he going to go? Turning him inside out. Still Rashford. Little back heel. Mata!
Great bit of football again, but the wrong side of the net, unfortunately.
Rashford is causing carnage with his pace and trickery. And Mata, who arguably been the outstanding player on the field in the first half, will probably feel he should have hit the target here, actually.
He's not far away, Stuart, all the same.
It's Steres that didn't know where to turn, left or right. But when you see that pace Marcus Rashford comes from, the way he moves the ball in his body, the ball is never straight. It's very easy when you dribble with the ball and it goes straight for the defenders to read it. But when you're all the time moving, you're equally confident to go left or right.
Mesmerises the defence.
Daniel Steres, twisted blood.
It's like being hypnotised.
You could argue the United second half team could be even better than this one. I mean, you're going to have Lukaku and Martial and Pogba.
I can't wait.
Mkhitaryan.
Can't wait.
You know, we always speak about the big name players, but I'm really looking forward to see Mkhitaryan this season. When he came to Dortmund first season, he was below par, and the second season he was the best player in the Bundesliga. He got into double figures, and I think if we get a midfielder that's going to score double figures like Pogba or Mkhitaryan, with Lukaku 20+ goals guarantee, we're going to be up there, and we need to bring that Premier League trophy back to Old Trafford. Such a big club, and the depth of this squad we've seen on display even in the first half. Even if the opposition, they're not the best, you still need to go out there, keep the ball and do the right things.
Well, the thing is, the last 4 seasons we've been nowhere near a title challenge. This time, let's all hope it's very, very different.
Sure, we have to.
A couple of players he brought in, you would think so.
Lingard. Oh, that's getting outrageously pulled back there, Lingard.
And you can't blame the lad, can you, Stuart? God almighty. Diallo was
Diallo.
all over the
Diallo,
place there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And there's nothing worse, I think, when you're a defender, you're chasing the game or trying to get the ball and you've not had it. And
I think he's trying to swap shirts actually before.
But Valencia's been running at him as well.
Yeah.
For 40 minutes, you have to chase Antonio Valencia. I would never like to play against Antonio Valencia.
he's such a strong man as well.
Strong, fast, powerful.
So, free kick in a real dangerous position in the final 5 minutes of what's been an excellent first half for United. Rashford and Mata over. It's going to be Mata to take. Fellaini lurking around the penalty spot area. Mata. Fellaini was the target. Blitz on the volley. Drops to Carrick. And the rebound from Smalling is offside. Flags up for offside. Won't count, but Michael Carrick close to scoring. Smalling did, but denied by the linesman on this near side. Ian Anderson is the official. And, well, I think he got it right. But
Yeah, it looked like he got it right, didn't it? Very unusual to get somebody on their own in the box with that much space, unless they're offside.
Diallo. The two fullbacks, goodness me, they've had a tough old time, haven't they, for the Galaxy in the first half?
Yeah, Diallo and Smith.
You'd expect Ashley Cole to help. No, hang on, is that on? Yeah.
He's margin offside. Would that ball going now? Wouldn't it? But Kempin was the first man up with a hand because he knew he'd have made a mistake. He should have made a save there.
Every time United go forward, though, you really do look so dangerous. Look very edgy, Galaxy at the back. Carrick.
He's on.
Onside Rashford. Here's his chance to score a first half hat-trick. Rashford! That's a really good save from Kempin.
Should he have taken the goalkeeper on, Bojan? I thought he should have. He got too close to the goalkeeper at the end.
Always annoyed with himself, Marcus. It's one of those as well where you have loads of time to think about it.
I was just going to say that as well. And that is the problem. He didn't think about the first two finishes because they had to go straight away. He had to make a decision early. When you head the ball and you have time, you start thinking, should I put it in the corner? Should I dribble the keeper? And when you put your head up, the keeper's already there. You have to take that shot.
Yeah, I'd be annoyed with that, actually, Marcus.
Yeah, he's just on as well. But oh, dear me, too much time. Too much time.
Well, usually in pre-season games you don't get any injury time, so I'd expect the whistle to go in 1 minute. And then you'd expect there to be massive changes for the start of the second half. A chance for us to see Lindelof in a red shirt. A chance for us to see Romelu Lukaku, who I'm sure will be licking his lips at the prospect of facing a Galaxy, or a Galaxy team who will be better in terms of personnel, at least in the second half.
I'll bet he scores. Lukaku.
That's a safe bet, that, Paddy.
That's why I said it.
Lingard, who runs from left to right. Carrick just tried to thread that one through the eye of a needle. See it. Went down Villarreal.
Oh, we've got a sore with the Astro. He's hurt his knee, I'm sure.
Another player from the youth system, Villarreal. I mean, you admire what they're doing, trying to bring through their own players rather than bringing, like, you know, the Gerrards and all that lot across and rely on them. The problem is, like you've said, you've got to be good enough, haven't you?
You have to be good enough. You have the quality enough. You cannot just hire because, yeah, but we are playing with academy players, our own products. Then my question is, what about the youth team coaches then? Are they good enough if they're bringing players of this quality through and Galaxy in this position now, being 8th on the table out of 11 teams and risking missing the playoffs?
That's it.
Half-time. Gone very well for Manchester United. A dominant first 45 minutes. Scoring within 2 minutes. Marcus Rashford scoring twice for United. And looking a real threat over the top. Marouane Fellaini thrashing home as well. Kempin made a couple of fine saves. It could have been more, and you could argue the United will be stronger in the second half when they make wholesale changes. But at the interval here at the Stop-Up Centre, Manchester United leading the LA Galaxy 3-0.
These commercials on the side, they're likes of Jones, they're likes of Ashley Cole, Alessandrini. So they're actually treating this game almost as two different halves. Because if you're 3-0 down, you play totally outplayed. You don't put this kind of show in the second half, Paddy, do you?
I think the game is going to be the first half in actual fact. I'm expecting more goals from Manchester United. I know you're talking about Ashley Cole, but Ashley Cole's not the Ashley Cole that played for Chelsea or Arsenal. He was a great player, but not the same now.
They still have a lot more quality players in this
Oh yes, I mean
than in the first half.
Yeah, it was a very young
players, exactly. Players with a better first touch, creativity, and all that. But look at the size of our team. I'm just looking at them. I get scared when they will start running out of the tunnel there. Lukaku was sprinting, Pogba was sprinting, Martial and Eric Bailly came together.
Naturally, it gets rather confusing when you have new teams, and we'll guide you through it as best we can, particularly in the early stages of the second half. And United, well, you could argue it's a better lineup. Joel Pereira, a young man, getting opportunity in goal. Romero sitting this one out. But Joel Pereira, let's say De Gea wasn't exactly overworked in the first half. Joel Pereira would like to make a save or two, and there's Andreas Pereira sporting number 15. He used to be 44, but 15 at least for this game. Numbers aren't confirmed yet. And there's big Romelu Lukaku.
It's a lot of pressure when you take the number 15. You remember who had number 15? The old captain, Nemanja Vidic.
Absolutely. So United kicking off the second half, and our new strike duo, Lukaku and Martial. And here we go. Similar sort of formation for United, three at the back. Lindelof, his first touch as a United player, to Axel Tuanzebe, who made the breakthrough really into the first team picture towards the back end of the season, playing in midfield and at the back.
Well, I think they've changed the system a little bit, United, Stuart. You've got the two strikers playing right up front, haven't you? Lukaku and Martial.
Just a little bit more, the Mkhitaryan would actually operate in the role Juan Mata had in the first half, because Anthony Martial and Lukaku are more strikers in and out, so they're going to play more together in a partnership. So we're going to have a little bit more options when you win the ball back with likes of Pogba, Mkhitaryan, to put them through on two players with pace and power.
I'm just looking at what's going to happen next season in actual fact, because of the not very often you see United playing with two strikers right up front. I mean, they're really right up front there.
Jelle van Damme, one of the changes at half-time, the vastly experienced Belgian international, who knows Lukaku very well because he used to play at Anderlecht together with Lukaku when he was a 16-year-old. Said he knew then he was going to be a star man, knows him very well, still good friends with him. And there's McBean, centre forward, Californian. Another of the hasn't been totally wholesale changes. You can see Garcia's still out there, and the rather hapless Nathan Smith at right back still there as well. At United it has been wholesale changes, and here's one of them bombing forward. Two look big and powerful United with the likes of Pogba and Lukaku. And here's Tuanzebe playing on the left of the three, which is probably not his natural position. Lindelof, Bailly. Lindelof, it's not so long ago Bojani was playing in the lower leagues in Sweden, is it?
Played in the third tier, Västerås. It's a town outside Stockholm as well, and a lot of Swedish people and Swedish scouts lost him. He went under the radar, and actually because he went as a youngster to Benfica B and fought himself through the system to actually get into the Benfica's first team and make his Champions League debut in 2016. And you know, you're listening to some English pundits here and Paddy, and they were thinking, but United should have maybe gone for Keane instead of Victor, and I'm thinking they're just ludicrous because football has been played outside of England as well. This young man has won the under-21 championships, European champion with Sweden. He's represented Sweden in the Euros last year in France. He's won the league and the cup with Benfica, and he's 1 year younger than Michael Keane. So I think this is a good investment because you're going to see him. He's confident, he has a good left foot, good right foot, and he's not afraid of a big stage because playing in Benfica is also pressure to win the league every single year.
We always talk about people being confident. With the record that kid's got, he must be as confident as anything.
That's what I'm talking, but I read somewhere, I'm not going to go into names, but it said we need some experience when you come to the Premier League, but also you have to notice the Premier League, for me, last couple of years have dropped in quality. Yes, it's the most entertaining league, but we need to get that quality back up as it was, especially in the Champions League competitions. There's no English clubs left barely. Leicester City was the last club to not get knocked out last season.
Lindelof, who by the way turns 23 in 2 days' time when United plays Real Salt Lake in Utah. Very young for a defender, centre back, 23.
Stuart also in Benfica, he played beside Luisao, the Brazilian centre-back, national capped 50 times from Brazil. And during them years you learn something. If you don't learn from such an experienced defender, that's Pogba.
Keeper makes a mess of it. Lukaku! What a terrific save from Rowe. Point blank stuff from the keeper. He made a terrible mistake. Straight to Lukaku, and Lukaku denied by Rowe.
Pogba could have scored easily. Pogba, he could have scored, but he wanted his pal Lukaku to score, but he didn't. I mean, the goal was well out of his goal. He should have scored Pogba, but then again, maybe wanting to make the proper start for Lukaku by scoring a goal, but he didn't.
Miscommunication because the goalkeeper always used to playing the ball out of the back, but Pedro, the midfielder, Pedro didn't want it in that position. Pogba broke.
Andreas Pereira with the corner kick. A lot of height in there for United these days. Tuanzebe gets it forward. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of action at that end in this second half. Pogba, oh, wonderful. Back to Lindelof with the ball in. Jermaine Jones tries to sort that out, and then the shot is fired well wide in the end from Mkhitaryan.
Yeah, he's totally miskicked that, Stuart.
Ended the season with a crucial goal for United in the Europa League final. Henrik Mkhitaryan obviously had a slow start to his United career, but all the signs are there that he could be an absolute fulcrum in this second season. 11 goals in his first campaign for the Armenian. They do tend to hand you a lot of stats at half-time here in the US, and it says total shots for the Galaxy in the first half, 0. Total shots for United, 13. And that basically sums up what we saw in the first half.
It'll probably be the same in the second half, I would imagine. You'd like to see Lukaku score.
Smith gets it to Romney, who is actually a relative of the former Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney.
I was interested in that. I was going to ask you. So, was that on that halftime sheet as well?
Yeah. No, that was my own hard work.
We wouldn't have slept tonight unless we'd known that.
Tuanzebe thumps it up towards Lukaku, down towards Martial.
Offside.
Oh, it was
blown a free kick.
Was it a free kick?
It's blown for a little push. There was no offside there.
Was it Lukaku? This is a miss, this, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. He tries to give the keeper the eyes, but he reads it.
Lukaku in his last 3 seasons for Everton, 26, 25 and 20 goals.
Great record that. Well, we're hoping Stuart is playing with better players at United. No harm to Everton.
Here's the tricky Bote, one of the subs at half-time. Garcia. Oh, terrible pass to Garcia, and it puts him in big trouble. Martial. Lukaku. Feeds a nice ball through. Mkhitaryan was in, but he just couldn't get it onto his left foot, and Cole was there to clear. That's it. Pogba into him quickly. Up to McBean. McBean, who actually went on loan at Coventry for a spell last season. He played a handful of games. Cole getting booed. Have long memories, United fans.
Yeah, but this is America, Stuart.
That's where they've really struggled. The final product, the end product, Galaxy.
The little number 24, Emmanuel Boateng, is tricky. And you know, it reminds me of Middlesbrough's Traore. Fast, quick, it looks like he's going to do something, and then when he cuts on, he's going to make a simple pass, he gives it away.
The trouble is, Traore is, you know, maybe not the smartest. Oh, so powerful. He's just knocking people aside. Lukaku. Just wide. I mean, you have players bouncing off the big man there.
Well, I like to see that, Stuart. I think we've been a team that's been very, very soft the last couple of years.
I met The Rock during the week. He reminds me of the Belgian Rock, Lukaku.
I missed him in actual fact. He was in a meeting.
No, but you didn't miss Julia Roberts, though, did you?
Yeah, he had a siesta though. Then
Julia Roberts a bit better looking, doesn't she? And what a lovely person as well.
I wondered how long it would take you to say, I met The Rock this week. I knew you were going to say it at some point.
No, because you remind me there, because of that strength Lukaku showed there. But Paddy was quick with Julia, though.
Talk about good age for players, mind you. Lukaku, 24. You know, still got improving to do, and yet he's got all that Premier League experience under his belt.
Stuart, you're going to improve with better players. People often are speaking about his first touch and all that, but when you play with players like Mkhitaryan and like Pogba, you learn and you concentrate more. And United are a team, they're going to be more on top than Everton were, more than West Brom were, and he's just going to improve.
Well, you're going to get a better quality ball into him and into the box when he's there.
But it's easy to find something negative. If you want to find something negative, you can always do that.
Yeah,
nobody's speaking about the goal scoring record. They're speaking about, can he do it at United? Of course he can.
The only thing you worry about United is sometimes confidence, and the crowd sometimes can be a bit too much for certain players down through the years. But
you've played there. If you cannot handle the Old Trafford crowd, then Manchester United play. All the big players could handle that pressure.
Yeah, but there's been a lot unfortunately that didn't.
Corner kick then, early stages of the second half for the Galaxy, looking to get back into this game. Some big old units in there. Van Dam is pretty big as well. The header could have dropped anywhere, and it's hacked clear by Victor Lindelof. It's probably the closest the whole game that Galaxy have come to creating something.
Well, that's the nearest they've been to the United goal.
Ashley Cole, who's 36 now.
Oh, that's a shame.
He had a terrific career with Arsenal and Chelsea, but it went wrong for him when he went to Rome. Didn't work for him at all in Roma, and this is now his second season after coming here from Italy. He's been very consistent for the Galaxy. One of the players, there aren't many of these, have won the double with 2 different clubs. Right. Just coming back from injury, actually, Brian Rowe in goal. He's been out for 6 weeks with a groin injury, and they really missed him, the goalkeeper. Lindelof, who was called the Iceman, wasn't he, when he was in Benfica?
We already had one Iceman here, Ronnie Johnson, but he was Norwegian.
Oh, he was terrific as well. What a player. That's a great flick on that. Man defending.
In this second half, by the way, Paul Pogba is wearing the captain's armband. Michael Carrick obviously going off at the break. Obviously, Michael Carrick doesn't play all the league games. What did he play last year? 18, so just about half of them. So you do need a second captain.
You do, and if you ask me, I would give it to Ander Herrera. I thought he was magnificent last season. He gives you that thrive, that aggression that the supporters at Old Trafford really like and appreciate. Of course, Paul Pogba has to be mentioned as well with his experience.
You know, it's amazing, Bojan, how popular Herrera is with the fans. Amazingly how popular he is.
It's all that hard work he puts in.
Yeah.
We speak all about the brilliance of Paul Pogba, Mkhitaryan, Lukaku's strength and all that, and you forget people like, for example, Ander Herrera, Player of the Year. You don't get voted Player just because you are a nice person or a good teammate.
Yeah, but it's the supporters that vote you Player of the Year, the most important people.
Gio Dos Santos did well. They're strong, play to hold it off and play that to the left-hand side. The former Tottenham midfielder's been around a bit, actually. Dos Santos played a lot in Spain as well, started at Barcelona. Clever player, big star here.
I don't know what that was. I think he got in a position there, didn't know what to do.
No problem for Herrera.
And now the two big players, Jones and Alessandrini, are down warming up and coming on, and probably be replacing Lassiter, that's still on the pitch together with Garcia.
Yes, Roman Alessandrini, who's about to come on, has probably been the best player, the Frenchman, this season. 8 goals in 17 appearances. And a very, very experienced midfielder in Jermaine Jones. He's going to be on in a moment as well. So they'll both get half an hour. They're coming back from injury. Darmian. Space here. In the left wing back position. Martial, but there's space for him to go forward as well. And he has the shot!
Oh.
Wow.
Great effort, wasn't it?
What a hit that was from the Frenchman. Fantastic strike.
Unfortunately, it didn't go in, Stuart.
Up and down. He doesn't come down in time as well. But that's what I mean. If you look at when we win the ball, how scary it is for the defenses when you see likes of Martial, Mkhitaryan, Lukaku and Pogba actually running at you.
You don't want to do it.
No, but it's a lot of players, and they have the legs as well, which is more important. And with Lukaku, you get an option also that you always can look over the top. If you break, if you need the outlet, he's there. He can hold the play up because he's big and strong, but also he can turn defenders and you can put that ball behind.
Do you know, it's amazing, Bojan, last year United didn't get a lot of that.
Martial could be in here. Van Dam comes across to try and tidy up.
Well, just very rarely you get somebody in the middle of the park playing one over the top for somebody to run onto. We've got players that can run onto them now.
What on earth was Van Dam doing there? No idea. Just about gets away with it. See ya. He'll probably go off in a moment. They're pulling back there from Tim Fosu-Mensah. Rather anxiously looks around at the ref.
Yeah.
So it's the end for Garcia. Going to another change here. Going to be replaced by Jones in the centre. This was a little late from Tim.
And Lassiter as well. 2 players that stayed on after the first half.
Yeah. Such an experienced player, Jermaine Jones. He's played international football for the US and Germany.
That's strange, that. How's that worked out?
Started off with Germany, but didn't play a game that a competitive game, if you like. But used to play a lot of football in Germany, Frankfurt and Schalke. He actually played for Blackburn as well, a loan spell.
Oh, Schalke was his best period.
Yeah.
But then he had the legs. He was really powerful, aggressive, won the balls. He was an athlete.
Yeah. So this is just about the strongest LA Galaxy team that they could put out at the moment. So it'll be interesting final half an hour of this friendly match. Lindelof. Fosu-Mensah ended up getting his hands on a Europa League medal. He was on the bench. for the final. By such a great first season for United. It was a shame it ended without it being available for the final.
It's important he's back. I think the crowd would like to see a few more goals.
Well played.
Darmian on his own here against Van Damme.
Timothy Fosu-Mensah.
Martial, can he squeeze it under the keeper? Oh, he did very, very well there, Rowe.
Should have played it wide to the right, shouldn't he?
We're going to see it on the replay as well. That great interplay, but he doesn't get his head up, and he plays Martial, which was an okay ball. But if both Mkhitaryan and Timothy Fosu-Mensah were totally alone on the other side,
totally isolated. It would have been a tap in for one of them.
And they probably ran about 60 yards to get there in a good position, but not quite.
That's a handball, surely. I thought that was the other way around.
Good to see Andreas Pereira out there, who spent last season on loan at Granada, who had a terrible campaign, but he didn't have a terrible campaign.
No, he played really well. I followed the La Liga back home in Sweden, and he played really well. But Granada was a team that was always going to play in the Segunda now. And Tony Adams, former Arsenal player, finished as the coach, and we all seen some clips on the social networks what that looked like end of the season.
I wonder what he learned from Tony there, Andreas Pereira.
Was a great defender all the same.
But you know yourself, if you've been a great footballer, it doesn't make you a great manager or a great pundit. You still have to see the game well. You have to say the right things.
Smith. Mkhitaryan looking to go. Explosive pace. He's got Lukaku to his left. Lukaku. Mkhitaryan, can he finish it off?
Oh, I thought that was going in the net. It's obviously took a deflection of some sort.
That was the version of the Armenian Speedy Gonzalez, Paddy.
Yeah, it was so quick there, wasn't it? Dear me.
Change of pace and division, the way he...
But he's a player who's quicker when he's got the ball at his feet. Incredible.
Because he has such a good control, Stuart. He always pushes it in the right time. He always knows what he's going to do, and he tries to be creative every time he gets the ball.
Well, it's a corner kick now. Oh, good one. Tuanzebe.
That one is better.
Whips it in, flicked on and just wide. United are claiming the corner, actually, but the ref...
I thought it was a corner as well, Stuart.
The refs run back to halfway.
Got no help from his linesman either.
Just watch him go here.
Oh, dear me, the pace of him. He's in his own half when he gets the ball as well.
Reminded me of that goal he scored in Ukraine in the Europa League when he ran all the way to finish. And it's a good block from Van Damme in the end, actually. Smith. Alessandrini. João Pedro all over Mkhitaryan. Out comes Pereira. Oh, that's cool, isn't it?
Good ball.
Pogba. Oh, here he goes again. Mkhitaryan.
And stay wide.
Xiao. Always terrible when he's running at you. And it falls for Darmian. Onto his right foot. Darmian shot.
Did that take a deflection?
Yeah, I did.
Not a renowned goal scorer, the Italian, you have to say. He's got one for United. But we've won the corner.
Well, you're hoping the lad will come to the front this season, Stuart. I think he was a bit overawed by everything.
Threat on the counter-attack, Manchester United. 21-year-old Andreas Pereira then with this corner kick. Where's that going to drop? Oh, put over the top.
Victor.
What a chance. Victor Lindelof on his United debut got underneath it when the goal was gaping.
Maybe he got the surprise of his life. The ball landed at his foot.
But he's good with his feet usually. That's because he's disappointed. You see many centre halves, they don't have the best feet. They just blaze it over. They just get surprised. Oh, it's not going to be me that's going to score that. But he actually expected that and tried to get under the bar. But unfortunately, got it over.
2 goals in 73 appearances for Benfica. Pogba.
Oh, that's not a free kick.
It was a late whistle as well.
Yeah,
He was
right.
just stronger and smarter.
Crowd didn't like it, did they?
Jones tried to use his body. Pogba read it, went on the other side and won the ball back.
35 now, Jermaine Jones. Probably feel it as well with those youngsters in midfield. Oh, it's a terrific run forward.
A beautiful goal.
It's 4. Great finish. Mkhitaryan, who has been so lively in this second half. You could feel the goal was coming. United swept forward from midfield, and Henrik Mkhitaryan on the pre-season goal trail. 4-0.
Cool as anything.
The timing of the run as well. Good pass from Martial, but it's easy when you get two runners. Both Lukaku and Mkhitaryan go. Lukaku is smart there because he leaves Mkhitaryan going into the hole, drags the defender back. And
20 minutes for United to score in this second half, but you could feel it coming.
It's David Beckham again. But I see a lot of Armenian flags here. There's a large Armenian community here in Los Angeles.
Wherever I go, there's a large Armenian community. There wasn't.
Yeah, for such a small country it is.
Rostov,
Yeah.
there was incredible Armenian.
What do they call him? The Armenian Maradona.
Yeah. He's got a great build for a defender. Clipped there, and then McBean just kicks the ball away in frustration.
Everybody needs to touch Stuart, so he was thinking, this is my time to touch the ball. I kick it out.
Fosu-Mensah looking for Martial. Cross comes Van Damme. Took the lot there.
Had to.
Did have a little spell in England, Van Damme. Played for Wolves, Southampton. Pogba. Jones with Pogba. Jones draws the foul from the Frenchman.
But from LA Galaxy's perspective, the two central midfielders in Pedro and Jones need to protect that back four often. If you look at the screen now, Mkhitaryan is totally open in that hole, and none of the midfielders are actually looking behind and see what's happening.
I think they're trying to get the ball back and they can't.
Paddy, then it's better to sit back if you're not going to lose by big margin. If you leave quality players like Mkhitaryan in that hole alone and standing there, you can stand there for 10-15 seconds. None of them are actually turning the head behind to see what is happening.
Oh, Lindelof read that. Away he goes. What a great run. Flooding forward here. Fosu-Mensah lines up the shot.
No, that's the wrong option, that, son. The wrong option. Most two of the players up there will not be happy with you.
You can see here, Stuart, a great example we were talking before with Victor Lindelof-Nielsen. The confidence actually to bringing the ball out and having the pace, and then it continues, and the timing of it, he wants it back as well. We're talking about he's only had 8 sessions with his first team, and this group is a fantastic group of players because it's easy to guess when you sit as a pundit back home. When you're with them for this week, you can actually see they're enjoying their time together, and that's what gives me hope this season, that this unity will make us to title contenders.
Yeah, it's so noticeable, the sort of team spirit here. When we watch the training sessions, and we've seen those on UTV.
It's great as well, showing you a couple of new players and then mix in or the mingle straight away. It's important.
Pogba's nearly in there. Last-ditch stuff for clearance. Pogba, I thought was terrific for United last season. I know some people gave him a bit of stick, not United fans, I have to say, but I thought he was terrific for United in this first campaign.
Stuart, people always find things to complain about, and about Pogba, it's his price tag, but they're not actually looking at the quality of this player. This is a 24-year-old boy, I will almost say, that has won 4 Scudettos and played the Champions League final, won the Europa League even, and still has some people going to criticize him. And that's what I don't get into my head. You have to look at the quality and what he brings to this side.
Everybody expects him not to make a mistake, all that sort of thing.
51 appearances he made for United last year, 9 goals, including, of course, in the final of the Europa League. He could have had many more goals than that. He hit the woodwork time and time again. Terrific player. I'm so glad he plays for our club.
He's elegant with them long legs, you know. It's like you're just watching it like a beautiful horse, you know, in a horse race, just winning the races, you know, when he gets settled. And he has a great shot, great passing range.
That's a great pass as well. So Mensah is onto it, shows electrifying pace. Martial!
Yes,
5-star Manchester United in pre-season. Made by Fosu Mensah, dispatched by Martial. LA Galaxy 0, Manchester United 5.
Great passing again, creates the goal.
It was a good time on that passing range. Timothy Fosu Mensah kept on going, and look at that, he turns Jones, plays it in behind.
Yeah, because you thought at one stage that was going to be a dead ball, didn't you?
And that such an important run from Lukaku to go to the front post, to drag the defenders, to open the space up like we saw in the first half when Fellaini scored, when Lingard played the ball. And similar here.
Struggled a bit for goals last season, Anthony Martial, after his brilliant first campaign. 8 goals in 42 appearances for United last year. But we know he's got the talent.
We saw that in his first season. He was even questioned about the price tag, and he was our best outfield player apart from De Gea. And then the second season, it's always a little bit more difficult, new manager. But he is a player I would like to see at the club to remain, because he had something special in him. He can beat a player, he can score goals. He just needs that confidence back, like Mkhitaryan when he lost it in the beginning of the last season when he didn't play. But when he came back, he showed us what we missed as well.
Boateng's cross.
It's out of play.
I thought it went out and came back, and it did.
Player from Ghana, Manuel Boateng. He joined in January 2016, actually from Helsingborg in Sweden. He was playing, Manuel Boateng. $5-0 United. I bet there's a man out there who'd be desperate to get on the goal scoring sheet, though. Romelu Lukaku.
He will.
Van Dam back to Rowe. He did well there, Rowe, because Martial was approaching at top speed. Kept in by Dos Santos to McBean. Jones gets it forward. Here's Boateng. This is better from the Galaxy. Alessandrini wants it played to him on the right. And there is the French winger. Too strong. Tuanzebe. Pogba then on a lovely pass.
And then we go again.
Mkhitaryan.
No, he's not going to catch.
Oh, dear me. Lukaku will be disappointed. He oceans of space there, and was probably going to get the pass.
Well, in any other game, Jermaine
off.
Jones goes into, well, he's not off, but he goes into the book in any other game.
Might have gone off, Stuart. It's a friendly, isn't it?
He would have felt every single one of those 35 years as if he's trying to chase after him there.
But as Paddy was rightly saying that, the run Lukaku made, he actually goes out, leaves the space to open up the road for Mkhitaryan to bring the ball forward and to get in. He didn't stand still.
He was fouled about 3 times there. You've got to score.
He will, Paddy, what it matters.
Lukaku. That's still travelling. He really got hold. He meant that. Got hold of that.
And Paul Smith gets a telling off from Van Dam there. And he had a tough first half, and in the second half we've been going through the middle, so he's been all right. So he makes one mistake and gets a telling off.
Jones looking for Alessandrini. He wants to be one-on-one here with Axel Tuanzebe.
I'm not so sure what he's giving a free kick there for.
He's pulling his shirt back a little bit there.
So into the last 15 minutes here at the StubHub Centre. We're in Carson, which is about 10 miles south of downtown LA. It's a terrific facility here. I mean, obviously there's the football pitches, but there's a velodrome here, a tennis stadium, an outdoor track. This is where they train as well. It is a terrific facility. Still a young club, only 23 years is old, LA Galaxy, but they're going to have a bit of competition in the city with LAFC opening their doors very soon. The combination of Mkhitaryan and Pogba, it's lovely to see. Mkhitaryan, quick feet he's got.
Got a quick brain.
Oh, that's beautiful, Pereira.
Yeah.
He sold about 3 dummies there, Andreas Pereira. Fantastic stuff. Now here's Lukaku.
Look at Timothy Fosu-Mensah going.
Lukaku still has it. João Pedro, Jermaine Jones. Pedro. Well, he expected Alessandrini to be there. He wins a free kick anyway. Lindelof. Darmian. You've seen a lot of Lindelof. And do you think that he's suited to a back three?
Yes, he is. He's suited to a back four. He's a good player. When you're a good defender, you can be put in different positions, do that well. When Sweden won the under-21 Euros, he played as a right back, so he can actually fill out of that spot as well. And a back three suits him because he likes to take risks. And it's good when you are centrally placed out of them three. Actually, when you bring the ball forward, you have 2 people covering for you.
But the great thing about him, he's not afraid of the ball, is he?
Neither is Paul Pogba.
It's interesting. He's not a centre-back who's a giant or anything like that, but it's
all about the timing as well.
Pace, Stuart. Big factor.
Martial. Threatening in this sort of position. Martial goes for the curler. Well held from Brian Rowe. The great thing about Martial is that he can go either side, left or right. You're not quite, if you're a defender, you're not quite sure which way he's going to go. And he's running at you.
Like that goal against Liverpool at Old Trafford.
Yes.
Towards the Trafford end.
Dos Santos. Alessandrini. Oh, Dos Santos has gone for the return. Here's a great chance. Goal back for the Galaxy.
Great bit of football by them, but United will be disappointed they've let a goal in.
No doubting this is the best bit of football we've seen from the LA Galaxy today. Nothing Joel Pereira could do. Something for the home fans to cheer. Certainly just Dos Santos has added a bit of quality to things. Dos Santos and Alessandrini. It's a great finish.
It's a great touch as well. Good pass from the outside of foot from Alessandrini. This touch is really good from Dos Santos, and he slots it in with his right foot.
And there's like ticker tape coming down all around us in the main stand. Ticker tape when you're 5-1 down. Imagine what would happen if they were winning the game. Lindelof, now Pereira. Lukaku. Dos Santos has just come back from the Confederations Cup in Russia, actually, when he was playing with Mexico. Showing that extra bit of class there. Pogba has it back for United. Now Martial, he wants another go.
Just the wrong side of the post.
Big season ahead for Anthony Martial. Some speculation, when you see it, so much speculation of United, but talk of Inter Milan wanting Martial. Final 10 minutes of this entertaining friendly. 5-1. Botte. Cole on the overlap. Back to João Pedro.
And also we see when we are defending, he's actually in a 5-3-2 formation.
Yeah.
Damian, Timothy Fosu-Mensah goes really deep down, and then Pereira centrally, Mkhitaryan to the right and Pogba to the left, and you leave Martial and Lukaku up front. He'll catch that.
Oh, well kept in by Boateng. He wasn't the favourite there. Still going. Clever feet. He did brilliantly there. They're queuing up inside the area. That's a terrific save by Pereira. It was a point-blank header. Marvellous save. United, meanwhile, have got a man down inside the area, but Pereira making a fine save. And this is...
It's Mkhitaryan that's down.
This has by far been LA Galaxy's best spell of the whole game.
Yeah, it's a great run inside the box, Stuart. You're afraid to tackle him in case he goes down, but he doesn't. This is a terrific save by the young goalkeeper.
Flying header from Roman Alessandrini. Pereira makes the save. Let's hope Mkhitaryan's all right, though. He's been absolutely superb in this second half.
Well, that's important to get back up, Stuart. He hasn't.
I think you felt Boateng's knee there when he jumped up, and he might have taken inside the hip or wounded him in the stomach, and that hurts for the time being, but I don't think it's anything serious.
Richie Merrin, the physio, just checking all's okay with the Armenian.
I think he's been wounded.
25,500 here tonight to see this game.
See, Paddy, it fills out.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it?
But if you walk around, they're just selling.
Yeah, you're saying they're outside in the car park drinking.
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
They're like sunbeds there where people are watching football, and it's a totally different experience.
Barbecuing.
Yeah, barbecuing before the game.
Can you imagine being at a Liverpool United match barbecuing?
Having sunbeds in the VIP lounge. Confetti if you're losing 1-5.
Now United look like they're going to make a change with young Demi Mitchell coming on. I wonder if that means Mkhitaryan is going to struggle to continue as that through ball comes to nothing.
Well, sometimes they take no chances at this time.
Also, Demi Mitchell has been warming up for some time, for the last 10-15 minutes, so maybe they were thinking, in case something happens, keep yourself warm, you're on the bench, so you can get these valuable minutes.
Makes you wonder where he'll play, because played at left back, of course, in that final home game of the season, but for most of his career he played up front or as a winger.
Well, he's coming on, Stuart. Interesting to see who comes off. They'll know then where he's playing. Another free kick.
Well, he's only going to get sort of 6 minutes or so of action. If they can try and sort out this stuff, they're making hard work of sorting this out, the officials down there. It's Demi Mitchell comes to the line, but play started again. Alessandrini, what on earth was that? He's made a serious mistake there. He's given it straight to Martial. Martial against Van Dam. Martial!
Tried to guide it and it didn't come off.
What a big chance. Now there's Demi Mitchell. You see, he's interesting haircut he's had over the summer. And it's Valencia, actually.
The wrong number. No,
it's the wrong number. They put up Antonio Valencia's number, and he went off at half time. So Fosu-Mensah next way. And
number 24 should have been on that board.
Strange, isn't it? Good to see Mitchell come on, get his opportunity. Young lad from Manchester. Antonio Valencia would have been a shock there, because he went off at half time.
It means that Damian changes sides and Demi Mitchell comes on as a left wing back.
Pogba, lovely ball through the middle, and Martial just couldn't quite take it in his stride. That was like the old Ashley Cole there.
Yeah, good defending that shoot by Ashley Cole.
Inside the final 5 minutes here. So United have scored 5, and frankly they could have had more, couldn't they?
Oh,
and they should have had more.
McBean, that's not exactly top-class control. So a good start to the tour for United. Salt Lake coming up on Monday. Then City, then Real Madrid, then Barcelona.
Gets better and better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Particularly for the people at home that want to watch.
Demi Mitchell, who was shortlisted for the reserve team player of the year last year. He had a great game against Palace, didn't he, on that final day of the season at left back?
Done very well.
All the youngsters performed really well that day.
Cole gets a bit lucky. Van Dam. Cole. Ashley Cole, who's won a record 7 FA Cups. Keep all the medals.
That's amazing, that, isn't it?
Martial gets away from 2 or 3 players. Martial, I thought the shot was on there, but he decided to try and find a teammate. Yeah. Alessandrini. Boateng.
Great tackle from Victor.
Yeah, tremendous defending that was. He had to get that right, or that would be the penalty.
I'll tell you, the timing there had to be absolutely spot on.
Demi Mitchell is struggling a little bit here, trying to shake a knockoff.
You won't want to come off, will he?
Finishing on the front foot. Galaxy, who have a corner. Swung in, keeper thought about coming, and it's nodded in. United concede a second goal. It's Romney from the back, who headed the ball home.
He's taken a deflection, actually.
And LA Galaxy finishing on the front foot.
Makes the score look a lot better, doesn't it?
Keeper thought about coming, then went back. And then, well, it's going to be Dos Santos' goal. Robney's header, but Dos Santos with Tuanzebe. You can hear the PA announcer giving that to Dave Romney, but I don't think that's Romney's goal. I think it's probably Dos Santos' goal.
Santos was the last man on that ball as well, but I think it was hard for some people. Maybe they don't follow soccer to see. But I think as well that the only negative part is probably Jose will be disappointed that this goal came from a set piece.
Yes.
When we have such a big side, even if it's a friendly game, get them things right. Prepare yourself for the season coming. So take everything that comes your way serious, especially with the height and length.
Demi Mitchell. It's well cut out. Well, they're entitled to feel a bit better about themselves now.
No question, Stuart.
The second half has effectively been 2-2, hasn't it? So just over a minute left, that's all. Ticker tape comes down again for the Galaxy. Certainly provided plenty of entertainment for this 25,000 crowd at the StubHub Centre. Capacity was slightly reduced for this game. 25,500. So this is a sellout, this first game of Tour 2017. It just shows you Manchester United remain the hottest ticket when it comes to soccer.
Yeah, it was a costly ticket. Oh.
Smith wins a free kick there. So had a couple of chances, Lukaku, to get his first United goal.
The first one he should have put away, but at the same time, when he tried to give you the keeper's eyes and he goes to the right side, when you already decided, you cannot blame him that much. The second one was that right foot shot that went wide.
Well, this is good work. Hungry for another one, Galaxy, who've improved markedly in the second half when their senior players have come on. But can United finish with a flourish, I wonder? It's up towards Lukaku. Goodness me, he's closed down quickly.
Came up.
And well, United begin Tour 2017 with a thumping victory. 7-goal thriller here at the StubHub Centre. United going to a 5-0 lead. 3 at half-time, 2 from Rashford, 1 from Fellaini. Then in the second half, Mkhitaryan and Martial joined the party. But in fairness to the home side, they finished strongly with Dos Santos scoring a couple. And they improved when their senior first-teamers came on. United, I suppose, will be disappointed to lose a couple of goals, but the job was done by then, and a comfortable victory to start Tour 2017. Real Salt Lake coming up on Monday, but on Saturday night in LA, on game one of this tour, it's finished LA.
بحلم فيه